I'm not going to finger point any of those games, but we know that certain games have communities that you would not much rather communicate with. But sometimes you simply just want to enjoy the game on its own without the community being unpleasant. So in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make any game as comfortable as possible. Well, I did put competitive and a really hard premise together, and well, I try my best to make this as universal as possible. I cannot 100% guarantee it, because sometimes people put themselves into a mindset which competitive gamers are simply adapting to. So please be mindful of this. To figure out why those games can make certain communities toxic, we have to understand what is pushing that. Pride. For this, we have to take a certain quote. Pride is not the opposite of it, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. If you're not familiar with this quote, it's from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the character quoting is Iroh. Now, you might ask, why exactly that? Well, why do many people play a ranked game? To show off how good they are? Or maybe it's reward feedback. Each promotion grants a visible tier or badge, which acts as a social proof of competence. Or maybe it's group alignment. For example, the player's rank is linked to the team's performance, where the whole group's reputation is at stake, intensifying pressure to dominate rather than cooperate. These kind of dynamics can amplify pride, and when challenged, trigger shame, which fuels toxicity, or the need to prove that you are better than others. Well, since we know the root cause, what might be the antidote? Going back to Iroh's quote, it's true humility. But what exactly is that, you might ask? In other words, it's recognizing your own worth. Now, how does this translate to gaming? Well, many have the issue that they put their ego into things. After all, it's just a game in the end. You try to play it to have fun and have a nice time. This includes for the rest of the team. I have to agree, defeat is not something pleasant. But you should try to make something from a defeat, because after all, a defeat is a defeat because you make it one. This so-what called defeat can also be a win. Why? You clearly lost, how can this be a win? Well, whenever you fail, you get the chance to stand up and continue learning. You can either call it a fail and drop it, or call it a win and learn something from it. Well, this might work for yourself and others in a team where you spread the message, but other people sometimes are just too stubborn for this sometimes. So how do you deal with such people? Well, the easiest solutions are A. Proposing to kick them, if possible. B. Simply muting and moving on. C. Telling them to log in, it's just a game, stop having a tantrum. D. Proposing surrender because a game without a fully functional team can't work. There are many ways to deal with toxic mates, and well, there are probably more that I haven't mentioned, but those are just a handful. I gave multiple options because either someone prefers the simpler way of muting, or admitting defeat, or discussing it. Both directions are completely valid. But in all honesty, don't let the chatter ruin your fun. Games like League of Legends, CS2, Dota 2, Overwatch and TF2 are pretty infamous for those kind of communities. There are again a handful more. Some might say the easiest option might be to just not play the game at all to avoid ruining your evening. But even that is a mindset thing. Remember, no matter how toxic a community is, you can always try to spread the message. If they don't like it, it's okay, you can always hit the mute button. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hit up your favorite game in the comments, and I hope y'all hydrated and took care of yourself. Have a good one. Bye.